Hello everybody. Today we are going to start with the new experiment. So that is double pipe heat exchanger, and our aim is to determine the LMTD, that is called as log mean temperature difference, for this heat exchanger. So first of all we should know what is the meaning of a heat exchanger. So heat exchanger, it is a device which is used to transfer heat from one stream of fluid to the other stream of fluid through a wall separating these two fluids. So the requirement of heat exchanger is now having two streams of fluid. These two streams should be at two different temperatures, and there should be a wall separating these two fluids. So accordingly, if you see now the condenser of the refrigerator at home, then in that case you have heat is two fluids. One is the refrigerant which is flowing through the condenser coils, and another is the air which is flowing over the condenser coils. Now, and there is a wall which is separating these two fluids. That means there is a condenser wall, isn't it? Condenser tube walls are there. So that is why condenser can be called as a heat exchanger. Similarly, radiator of automobile vehicles, that can also be called as a heat exchanger, whereas the air cooler which is used at home, domestic air cooler I am talking of. So in that case it cannot be called as a heat exchanger, although there are two fluids. The two fluids are, one is the water and other is the air, but there is no wall separating these two fluids. That is why air cooler cannot be called as a heat exchanger. Okay. So the heat exchanger which we are going to study today, it is called as the double pipe heat exchanger. So which is what you see here, I am pointing at this pipe, isn't it? This pipe is nothing but a double pipe heat exchanger. So actually what you see from outside, it is the insulation. Okay. Inside this pipe you have the actual heat exchanger is there. Now actually there are two concentric tubes inside this. Okay. There are two concentric tubes. One is the smaller one and the other one is the bigger one. Bigger one you can see here, from here you can see, isn't it? So this is the pipe, this is one pipe which you can see here. That pipe is throughout from here to that total length. Okay. So the length of this heat exchanger, it is I think 1.5 centimeters. So you have two pipes. So inside the smaller pipe it is called as the tube, whereas the bigger pipe it is called as a annulus. Okay. Or we simply call it as a pipe. Now there is gap between the two pipes, the inside pipe and the outside pipe. The inside pipe, which we call it as a tube, inside that tube there is one fluid flowing, and in the annular space there is another fluid flowing. Now in this double pipe heat exchanger arrangement, hot fluid is flowing through the tube side, it is flowing through the tube, that means the one which is in smaller in diameter, and through the annular space we have colder fluid. Now if you see the arrangement of these pipes here, you can see these tubes are there, isn't it? Different tubes, there are some walls also. Okay. If we can change the position of these walls, so that we can change the direction of fluid also here. Okay. Now in this case actually hot fluid, it is flowing from left to the right. Hot fluid is flowing through the tubes and it is flowing from left to the right, and we cannot change the direction of the hot fluid. Okay. Now if the cold fluid is also flowing from left to right, that means both the fluids, hot fluid and cold fluid, if both are flowing in the same direction, then we call that as a parallel flow arrangement. Okay. Now if we change the direction of the cold fluid by using this position of these walls, okay, we can change the position of these walls and you can change the direction of the cold fluid, then in that case cold fluid will be flowing from right towards the left. Okay. So in this case now you will have cold fluid flowing in the right direction, hot fluid flowing in the right direction, whereas cold fluid is flowing in the left direction, that is they are flowing in the opposite direction. In that case it is called as a counter flow arrangement. So a same heat exchanger, in the same heat exchanger we can have both the arrangements, parallel flow arrangement and counter flow arrangements. Now for these two arrangements our aim is to find out the value of LMTD, that is log mean temperature difference. Now the derivation for that log mean temperature difference, that will be discussed by your teachers during your practical class. Now for that finding out that LMTD, that is log mean temperature difference, we need to know different temperatures and mass flow rates. Okay. Now, for finding out the mass flow rates, here we have flow meters. There are two flow meters are there. One is for the hot fluid, another one is for the cold fluid. Okay. So, using these two flow meters, you can determine the value of mass flow rate. Okay. The mass flow rate is required in kgs per second. Okay. Mass flow rate is required is in kg per second. Now, the mass flow rate which you get from these flow meters, it is in liters per second. That will have to, that has to be converted to kgs per second. Now, apart from this, you need different temperatures also here. So, here again similar arrangement is there. Okay. So, this is the temperature and you have a selector switch below that. Okay. So, what temperatures we need here is the inlet and outlet temperatures of the hot fluid. So, this you can see here now, this is nothing but the thermocouple. Okay. This thermocouple, this is the wire which is coupled to the thermocouple. So, using these thermocouples you can get inlet and outlet temperature of hot water, and you can also find out inlet and outlet temperature of cold water. Okay. Once you know all these four temperatures and the mass flow rate, then based on that you can determine what is the LMTD for this parallel flow arrangement and LMTD for the counter flow arrangement. Okay. Once you get the results, you will see that LMTD, that is log mean temperature difference for the counter flow arrangement, is higher than LMTD for the parallel flow arrangement. So, you need to discuss the reasons also for that, why LMTD in case of counter flow arrangement is higher, whereas LMTD for counter parallel flow arrangement is lower. Okay. So, with this I think you can discuss these things with your teachers also, and we will stop here and we will start with the next experiment in the next class. Okay. Thank you.